Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ring Banter Podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Bain. This time with Tyler Bain, Gabe Jones, and Bradley Bain.
Sadly, I couldn't make the WWE one, but I have to make the AEW one,
I think it was a
right?
much better podcast without you, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah.
Went more smoothly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Except for Nathan fucking up my name in the beginning, but
Yeah, I called you. I
Yeah,
called
that's all.
Bradley.
I watched the podcast last night. I watched it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start off with some news. There is a picture with
Free?
Mariah May and Nick Wayne. People thinking Mariah is dating Nick when that boy is freshly 19 years old.
Of course he is, but
But Mariah quickly responded, writing, "I only like hot women that are older than me."
I mean, she could be covering it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
he said "Mama approved." Like, what do you expect us to think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing
I mean, lucky Nick Wayne, if so.
is something from TNA. TNA President Carlos Silva, is that how I say it? No, you don't know.
I have
Okay.
no idea.
Has officially addressed rumors about a ban on intentional blood in the company. Speaking to Sports Illustrated, The Takedown, Silva made it clear that there is no such ban, though the company is being more cautious. So,
I was like,
I heard
last week.
AEW is thinking the same.
Yeah, AEW is supposed to be doing the same, I believe.
okay.
Yeah.
John
But
Malkley's
they
going to have a
always-
hard time
well, hold
with
on,
that.
Hold on. They always say that, and then next thing you know, you see fucking John Moxley just bleeding the fucking.
Look, John Moxley can't get turned on by blood. He always has to get blood on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bradley, what
that's
did you have
great.
for news?
I had that shitty collision last night abruptly ended, even though they were supposed to have two matches. How the hell does that happen?
That's funny to me.
Something must have happened backstage or something for it just to abruptly end. Like, that's kind of weird that it ended that quick.
Or they realize nobody watches.
Yeah,
So-
maybe nobody watches this show, and maybe we should just destroy AEW
Mhm.
completely.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like it was a broad like a TNT thing.
Mhm.
So I don't think it was on them, but
TNT
still,
was like,
Turn this shit
TNT
off.
was like, get him off the air, please.
this
Give him a lot of TV time.
I wonder how many viewership.
Not much. Not much.
especially for Collision, probably not as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, not much. Because AEW is like, I think right now they're averaging like 600, maybe even close to
600,000?
800. Yeah. But Collision, like, I think the lowest it got was like 200 something thousand viewers, which
Good
is
God.
that's terrible.
WWE gets one.
Gabe, did you have
They read
anything?
the script.
Oh yeah, so a fan tried to kiss Soraya at a signing she was doing.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she's like, "Don't try to kiss me anywhere, especially on my mouth."
What the fuck?
He wasn't able to because I moved, but Jesus Christ.
That fucking Mark. Dude.
Hey,
I mean,
He was
I don't
trying.
blame him, but
No, you can't be doing that.
I know, but yeah.
like
It's
as
like
a
that
fan,
picture of the fan like hugging Becky Lynch from behind, and they're like looking at the camera, like.
Oh my God.
Well, there's. I don't know if you saw, but like, did you see that video of that fan? I guess like touching on CM Punk, at a live event.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I think the
OnlyFans.
same
It
person
was
was
OnlyFans.
Cody
Yeah,
Rhodes.
that
yeah.
OnlyFans girl. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like
And Punk
touching up on the
basically told her to
wrestling.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
because
like,
I was
only
like,
touch female wrestlers.
bro,
Mhm.
if you're going to a
Or
wrestling
Jade and
show
Roxanne.
and you're that you're going to a wrestling show and you're that close, like respect the fucking wrestlers, dude.
Well, this is a fan meeting too, so
Yeah.
that's just weird. I bet he got thrown out the building instantly.
I bet he was like some 40-year-old and living in his mom's basement.
Remember that kid that
Probably.
slapped Alexa's ass?
Oh
The-
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Lucky kid.
He said, "I'm doing that."
Like, you fucking weirdo.
You know, that kid didn't know what he was doing.
Bro, I guarantee you, if Nathan was that fucking kid, bro, he would
I
have
would have
done way
never
more
washed
than
that
this.
hand.
I mean, she probably just laughed it off. She's like, "Ah, she's
What if
just
she? What if she farted on it?
bro. What?
No way. You're watching it then? Yeah. You're asking a question.
I'm asking if she farted on your hand. Are you gonna still watch it or no?
What is this?
You're a weird
Yeah, I mean, what?
motherfucker, bro.
I'm so lost by the question, dude. What?
You
No,
just said
you're
you
weird.
wouldn't have watched it.
I would.
So he's asking.
No, you literally said no.
All right, whatever.
I don't know. Booker T might not with Stephanie back here.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Bro, the shit you were saying about Miles Bourne last night. Oh my god, you're fucked. Y'all are so fucked.
Hey, the crowd was saying it too. So anyway, it's not on
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, the crowd's at fault.
yeah. God
All
damn.
right. Well, are we ready to start the show? Anybody else got
Yeah.
anything? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
AEW. Did any of y'all watch AEW?
Nope.
Why would I want to watch that
All
show?
right. Well, guess where they were this week? They were in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, CM Punk's hometown.
Well, the show starts off with a tag team match with Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page versus Takashita. Is that how I say it?
Take a
Kesta?
shit up.
Yeah,
The Kesta, yeah.
Takeshita. Okay, and Josh
Takeshita.
Alexander. Hangman wanted to be tagged in, and Ospreay acted like he was going to, but he didn't. And then Hangman was like, "The fuck, man!" And Josh Alexander had Ospreay on his shoulders. This was a good move actually, and like he had him like an electric chair position. He threw him up, and Takashita hit like a jumping knee, like, and it looked pretty nice. So it was pretty cool. Then Hangman and Takashita have a shitty forearm battle. They were like doing the just like slow forearms, you know, just how AEW does it all the time. Ospreay and Hangman take turns hitting Takashita. Ospreay hits a nice double Pele kick, like he bounced off the ropes and hit the Pele kick was pretty nice. Well, Ospreay went to bounce off the ropes again, but Josh caught him and spun him around and like drove him into the mat. It was pretty cool. Like he caught him like in the feast your eyes position and kind of like that move AJ Styles does.
Oh yeah, like that powerbomb
Yeah,
type move.
yeah. Takashita hit a brainbuster on Ospreay. He went for the pin, but Page was like super late to break it up. Like it should have been a 3, but Page was late. Um, Ospreay was going for the hidden blade, but Hangman tagged in, and he goes for the buckshot lariat, but he almost hits Ospreay. Then Ospreay almost hits Hangman with the hidden blade, but at the end they hit the buckshot and the hidden blade at the same time, which was actually pretty cool. I actually liked that move a lot. But they hit it at the same time to pin Josh Alexander. And after the match, they have a stare down, but Takashita sneaks attacks Ospreay. But they fight him off, and then he accidentally hits Hangman, and Hangman tries to fight him, but the ref breaks the fight. So, another one of
Uh,
those things we were talking about yesterday where they have
Oh,
the champion versus in the challenger tag team, and
yeah.
they build their feud up more for, what is it,
Well,
double or nothing, right?
yeah,
yeah.
for the Owen Hart final.
One,
Josh Alexander taking a pin pisses me off, but
Yeah.
well, I was
whatever.
just I was like, why is he already getting buried? Like, wasn't he actually supposed to do something in AEW?
I mean, wherever you go at AEW, you're already buried though. So.
Ricochet, bro. I mean, yeah. For example, Ricochet.
Well,
That's the match I really want to
we'll
talk
be
about in
getting
a
into
minute.
that here in a little bit.
Yeah,
Actually, here
I
in a
mean,
few minutes.
Ray Phoenix is kind of getting buried in WWE,
He
so I
yeah,
guess.
is. He is getting buried
Yeah,
in
bro.
that.
I'm so fucking mad about that too.
All right, next up we have Top Flight. They cut a backstage promo and they are pissed at MJF and they want the tag team titles. And the Rooster comes up. I'm meaning
Oh,
Dustin
man.
Rhodes because goddamn, he looked like a
Oh,
fucking rooster. the way his neck was,
Like,
and he had red face paint on, and
maybe he'll be friends with Lyra.
Hey, you leave Goldust alone.
he looked like a fucking rooster. But Dustin Rhodes shows up, and Sammy Guevara, they're the Ring of Honor tag titles, and they show up and they're like, "We're gonna support you guys, but we want a match too." And yeah, pretty nothing segment right there. Next up, we have Ricochet versus Zach Gowen. This match happened because Ricochet decided to take Zach Gowen's leg on Collision last week.
Okay.
Oh, is this the match? Oh,
Yep.
oh.
Zach Gowen, remember him?
Yeah, Tyler also didn't know who he was.
I didn't remember who he was.
Brock
Okay.
Lesnar killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar killed him on SmackDown.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, let's just
But anyway, this was stupid.
yeah. Ricochet comes out. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I literally saw this motherfucker during the match crawl.
I mean, what else is he gonna do?
Dude, it was just so fucking bad.
Okay.
Ricochet comes out with Zach Gowen's leg. Ricochet taunts Gowen because he has his leg. Zach scares Ricochet by crawling around like a zombie in the ring.
And Ricochet is scared,
Yes, he's
even
scared.
though he has one leg.
Yes.
Yep.
Zach Gowen
Oh
did
my
a
god, a one-legged man crawling at me. Like,
Zach Gowen
fucking kick him down. He's
did
not
a
gonna do anything.
crossbody out the ring and landed it. He like actually did the crossbody and landed on his one leg, which was actually impressive to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I did see, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool,
Uh-huh.
actually.
Ricochet gets some scissors, but Gowen hits him with the leg, but he kicked out. Gowen goes for a move, but Ricochet hit his stupid. Oh, he went for like a moonsault. Gowen. Also, there's a point in the match where Ricochet was like gonna go for the figure four, but he didn't have a leg, and then he tries to do it again.
Like he did.
Gowen goes for a moonsault, but Ricochet moves and he hits his stupid fucking clothesline for the win. And Ricochet attacks Gowen after the match, but Mark Briscoe runs out to scare off Ricochet.
God damn, dude. That, like...
Wow, Ricochet's fused, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is Ricochet said that he's getting booked way better than at WWE. You're fighting a one-legged man
And then a crackhead next, so
and
yeah,
a
that'll be fun.
crackhead. Yeah, you're definitely getting pushed.
At least he's on TV because I feel like at the
He's
end
on
of
TV more.
his last
he is
stint,
on TV
yeah.
more.
So
But, like-
I'll take it.
It's just...
That was terrible.
Oh.
It's fucking...
No offense to
Oh.
Zach Gowen, but that was terrible. All right, next up we have backstage segment with Renee, and she asks MJF what happens to him if the if MVP comes, if they say no, the Hurt Syndicate. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, what happens if they say no and MVP comes up and tells MJF he better come to the ring after the Hurt Syndicate's match? So MJF is like nervous that they're going to beat his ass.
Yep.
Now we have Hurt
Bobby
Syndicate
Roode.
versus Top Flight. There was a nice spot where Bobby caught Dante while he went for a suicide dive. Like, he was like in midair for the suicide dive, but Bobby caught him and his feet were still hanging on the rope, and like he just slammed him on the fucking apron. It was pretty cool.
Oof.
It was a pretty nice move. He drove him to the barricade as well. Shelton did a nice high knee. You know he always has those nice high knees. He did it to Dante when he got tagged in. Lashley hits a spear, then the Hurt Lock for the win. Just
Nice
easy.
what?
A high knee.
Nice Heine.
You know, you said nice high knees. Like, it was fucking... It sounded so fucking wrong, dude.
I didn't even recognize that. That is
You're like,
wild.
he has some nice high knees.
Okay.
Okay.
Tyler don't even get it. He's saying high knee. High
You
knee,
said
like your ass. See,
I was saying
this
no. I
guy,
was saying
this
I was
guy,
laughing because of how you said how he has nice high knees.
yeah, like his move is a high knee. And that's
No, I know, but
see, it
this is just
still
how
doesn't.
you said it.
Oh
I
my
was talking
god.
about your actual knee. I was talking about your actual knee. I thought it was funny because how you made it seem though.
Tyler.
Just forget it. I knew it. I know what high knee means, but I'm saying never
Nah,
mind.
that's just flew over your head.
No, it didn't. I know what a fucking high knee is.
Okay. Then Dustin Rhodes comes out and says, let them go." Says they look like assholes. But then Action Andrade and Leo Rush come out and they call Dustin Gramps. And Leo says that they want a title shot since him and Bobby have a past. He said Bobby like you did whenever he was his manager in WWE.
Yeah.
um, then Dustin says they are no skipping the line and calls him a stupid son of a bitch. And MVP says they could have a number one contenders match. So I guess whoever wins out of what's their name, Action Andrade and Leo Rush and Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara will fight the Hurt Syndicate. Whoever wins that match. NJS music's hit, but nobody comes out. So MVP sends Shelton Benjamin to find him, and Tony Khan. Oh my God! They go back. Shelton's go backstage with the camera, and Tony Khan's like, "He's right here. Yeah, he's right here. Come on."
He probably
He's
took
under
three
the
lines of
table.
coke
Yeah.
before. He probably took 3 lines of coke before he was on TV.
So Tony Khan snitched on MJF, and they go out to the ring, and MJF gets a thumbs up from Shelton. Then he gets a thumbs up from MVP.
It
And
looked like
then
Shelton
Bobby
was gonna
Lashley.
super kick him.
It took so long. He finally gives the fucking thumbs up. So MJF is screaming. He like jumps on Bobby Lashley, like wrapped his legs around him, and Bobby Lashley's like, "Get the fuck off
Oh.
me!" Yeah,
MJF was trying to fuck him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. He finally gets his. He's in the Hurt Syndicate now. What do they do from here? I don't know.
I don't like it.
Maybe MJF will win the mid card title, but who is the mid card title? I haven't even seen.
They have like 3 mid-card champions, so it's like
Oh, the
Be
TNT,
specific, Nathan. Which one?
I don't know which one's the main mid card. Was it
the
is it
TNT.
the TNT? Is it
or the international championship champion, I mean.
Yeah. I haven't even seen the TNT champion for
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I've been watching. Is it Adam
Who-
Cole the TNT
Collision.
champion?
Yes, Adam Cole is the TNT champ.
Collision exclusive.
Yeah, probably. That's fine. Well,
Honestly,
I think I think Takeshita is international champion. Pretty
mm,
sure.
is he?
Or Okada. I don't know.
Oh
I
no.
think it's Okada.
Oh, it's Okada. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
mm.
I want to say it's Okada.
Okay. Well, next up we have another Fatal 4-Way Eliminator match. These are fucking terrible to me. They're absolutely fucking
So
terrible.
Yeah,
So
this
we
match doesn't
have
make no sense.
Tony Storm versus Azumi, but it's spelled AZM, versus Mina Now versus Sky Blue. Welcome back, Sky Blue. Apparently, she was injured for a long time. Question is, for me, who the fuck is the bald guy ringside?
Oh, that's Tony Storm's little assistant or whatever you call him.
Butler.
Wow.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, wherever he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mina's gimmick is like she's just a slut and she dances in the ring and like sticks her tongue out and shit. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Azumi hit a Canadian destroyer on Sky Blue, but Tony broke it up. But at the end, there was really like nothing for me to write in this match because there was nothing too great happening. Um, but in the end, Mina Shirakawa rolled up Tony for the win. So now she gets a double, like a title shot at Double or Nothing. even though she just pinned the champion.
Yeah, so that's how those eliminator matches work. So that's what I was saying. For if you win, then you automatically get a title shot. Yeah.
But what doesn't make sense is you have an eliminator match last week.
Yeah.
Tony wins, and then you put another one on.
Well,
Yep.
AEW logic.
if you
Okay.
think,
Yeah.
you know, that was bad. Mercedes Monet comes out and attacks Zumi, puts her in the bank statement. Then Daphne from Scooby Doo comes out and puts Mercedes in the fucking bank statement.
Hey, leave Jamie alone, man.
AKA
Poor
Jamie Hater.
Hater.
God damn,
Oh,
she looked
God.
like Daphne from Scooby Doo. Next up, we have a tribute for Sabu, and Taz was very emotional and
Oh,
reminiscing about
damn.
their rivalry and friendship. So that was sad.
Yeah, they were really good friends.
Yeah. They had like a little slideshow, kind of like how WWE did. The backstage segment with MJF and MVP. MJF brings a lawyer. He's gonna be bringing like a lawyer for next week contract signing, and MVP was kind of like, "What the fuck?" But there's that. Now this is some collision bullshit, but they brought it to Dynamite. Next up, Nigel McGuinness, which I'm guessing he's a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to apologize to Daniel Garcia. Daniel comes out, and Daniel Garcia is terrible on the mic. But he says to keep the apology to himself because he did what he was supposed to, and he's going to fight them with or without Nigel, them meaning FTR. And then Stokely Hathaway comes out and says FTR isn't here, but he's going to speak on their behalf. He asks what Nigel's problem is. Nigel calls Stokely, or he calls Stokely Shrokely, which was
Oh,
fucking weird.
Strokely.
Stokely. And Stokely says that Nigel should come out of retirement to face FTR. Then Stokely tells Nigel, "You think you could beat FTR? You barely beat hepatitis."
Yikes.
God,
you think for a cheap pop?
And then FTR sneaks attacks, so they were there. They hit the Shatter Machine on Daniel, and two guys came out. I forgot their names. They were in NXT, not for long. What were they? Everrise? Was that?
Oh yeah. Um,
Well, those
there was
guys.
sports entertainers, dude.
The Sport Entertainers. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
They came out, and that was just hard to watch. All of it. That whole segment was terrible. Well, finally, the fucking shittiest main event of all time happens.
Really?
Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible,
Told you,
fucking terrible, terrible, terrible.
Wow.
both suck. I hate them.
John
I
Moxley
think I know the
targets
main reason why.
John Moxley. So it's Samoa Joe versus John Moxley in a steel cage match for the world champion. John Moxley targets Joe's legs in the beginning of the match. We come back from commercial, and Moxley, of course, is busted open. Don't know how that happened, but he's busted open. All the Death Riders are out there, and Willow and Hobbs are out there as well when we come back from commercial. Joe hits a power bomb, then moves it into like the STF and then the crossface. And Moxley gets to the ropes, and Joe lets go. I'm sorry. It's a fucking no DQ match. And they acted like that was a rope break. Moxley hit an RKO, but Joe kicked out. Moxley almost wins with a Bulldog Choke, but Joe powers out of it. He gets out, and then Moxley hits a Paradigm Shift, but Joe kicks out. Moxley goes for another, but Joe locks in the Coquita Clutch. Then Claudio and Wheeler tried climbing the cage, and then they Willow and Hobbs take him down. They take care of him, and then some random fucking guy that
Gabe
nobody's
Kidd.
ever seen except for that fucking mark that just said his name.
Man, Gabe, yes, Gabe Pay, or Gabe
He
Kidd.
hands Moxley the briefcase, Moxley smacks it over Joe's head,
Oh, man.
and you notice how Excalibur Bradley, you know how we make fun of him because he knows who every person is that comes out. Well, it took 5 minutes to figure out who Gabe Kidd was because Excalibur had no idea.
Well, I thought he knew like their journey from high school arenas.
I thought so too, but anyways, Moxley hits Joe over the head with a briefcase, and it. That's it. We find out it's Gabe Kidd, and at that point, I'm like, "Who the fuck is Gabe Kidd? You
He's from
have to
New
do
Japan.
Nathan was telling me about it, and I was like, who the fuck is Gabe Kidd? I was like,
Former.
I only know him from like one match, and it's against Kenny at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's like that's the only match I know.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Hobbs chases Gabe Kidd, and then Claudio hits him from behind with a chair, but Hobbs no-selled it. He turns around, and then Gabe Kidd low blows Hobbs. The Young Bucks come out to celebrate, but then Kenny Omega comes out and beats up Wheeler and Claudio. But Okada comes out and punches Kenny in the stomach. And the Bucks lower the cage, but then Speedball Mike Bailey comes out to beat up fucking Okada. And Kenny and Joe are trapped and they get their ass kicked. Then Swerve comes out with Prince Nana and they take out everyone from the top. He goes on the top of the cage, he jumps. I just don't even care at this point.
He does like a
Um,
swerve stomp on
yeah,
everybody, and I
and
think
everybody
kind of
fucking
missed.
he falls back.
This is a shitty WrestleMania 40 ripoff.
Yeah,
He cuts a
I-
promo and
on an AEW TV show, on just like a regular AEW.
he cuts a promo. He challenges the Death Riders and the Bucks to a Anarchy in the Arena match at Double or Nothing.
Oh
That
my
was
god!
terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. I hate this show, and I don't think AEW will ever be good again.
I think it was only good for the first year.
Like, Swerve jumps off the
Maybe
fucking steel
two,
cage, and I just don't even care.
but like, God, like,
Because it means
how
nothing.
how the fuck
Can
do
y'all?
you get?
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. Guess how many people came out in that match?
I bet
Just
like
guess a number.
at least 12.
Tyler says 12. Bradley says 10.
Yeah, I'd probably say 10 too.
There was 13 people.
God
And
damn,
a
I was
there's
lot.
supposed
actually
to.
15 people, not including Joe and Moxley. But the runouts is 13 fucking people.
That's like, bro, that's just so absurd, bro. I'm
That
telling you,
was
bro. How do
AEW.
you?
Overkill.
That was a 2 out of 10.
That was a 1 out of 10. What the fuck you
I
talking
was
about?
I was looking at Bleacher Report and their like synopsis on it, and they put a lot of B's for everything, but I don't know.
Mm.
You agree,
Bro,
Oh,
Nathan?
I'm telling you, how the
No.
fuck do you have Ricochet face a one-legged man, and then you have a second
A one-legged man that
eliminator
we
match?
haven't seen in 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, just out of the blue, he just comes back.
and then a second eliminator match that does not make any sense because Tony won last week, so she shouldn't have a match at Double or Nothing. And then third, the fucking runouts of the steel cage match, and I don't understand why Gabe Kidd comes out. Like, I'm sure they'll explain why, but I mean, it's kind of just fucking stupid.
Well,
Gay.
Gabe,
Yeah.
you can go on with TNA. That was AEW.
and
Thank
to
God.
answer your question, Kenny is the international champion. Adam Cole is TNT champion, and Okada is the Continental champion. So there are 3 mid-card championships over there for the men.
Wow.
So that's amazing.
Those Ring of
many
Honor
mid-card
bullshit count too.
titles?
But they're technically their own show, even though Nick Wayne is there every week, and holy,
I don't
Nick Wayne get on.
understand why I have to have so many fucking titles, bro. Just literally all you need is 2 mid card titles.
And then people claim WWE has a lot, but at the same time, WWE has their own shows. Like it's categorized in
Yes.
shows.
And people actually watch the other shows and not Collision.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, Gabe, you
Okay.
go ahead with TNA.
All right. Let's see. So TNA was in Irving, California. Um, so of course, you have like the hard cam side where you see a whole bunch of people, but then if you look, like kind of like if you come out, kind of like where me and you sat, Nathan, like
Mm,
at Raw and SmackDown, we went.
yeah.
You can see there's zero fans.
Oh shit.
Mm.
And I'm like, cameras, please stop, please. Like, I mean, night is day. There is no one sitting in that section.
That's
And
wild.
I'm like, okay, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Anyway.
Wait, it was showing the hard cams, like
No, obviously the hard cam
live.
view, there's people, but
Oh.
like, where certain wrestlers do certain things, you can see
Mhm.
there's no one in that section. I'm like, why are y'all showing
Damn,
that?
that's crazy.
Stop.
Yeah, like you don't need to be showing that.
There was one point in the show, I think they showed it clear as day. I'm like, oh no, stop, please. Anyway, let's see. So Tessa and Alicia Fox or Crawford, the last day, they start the night with Slamovich and Nikita Lyons in the tag team match that was made last week. Um, that was so Nikita Lyons gets tagged in
Mm,
and she is stink facing
mm.
um Tessa, and I mean she's getting all in there.
Bronco busting.
I was I mean, she even stopped. Like she's up there, like doing springboard on the rope, stink face,
Mm,
and I'm like, oh
damn.
gosh, already. He just got up on all that. Um, um, and I didn't really like this tag team match for some reason.
Yeah.
Tessa bought in a chair. She was gonna use it, but then Slamovich picks it up and uses it herself right in front of the ref. So the ref just calls a DQ.
DQ.
um. Santino came out and it's like, hey, no, no, no. We're going to restart this match. And then Robert Stone comes out. He's like, no, no, they're still doing, I don't know what they're doing with them too, but he's like, no, 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 we're not restarting this match. Tessa and Crawford win. And I'm like, okay.
Damn. That sounds terrible.
I don't
They
know.
did the same shit though for the tag match with Trick and what's his name? Is it it's one of the Waynes, right? Or Nemeth brothers, right?
I don't think so. You talk, oh. Was that last week?
That might have been last week. I don't know.
Uh,
I
but
don't
yeah,
remember,
yeah.
but I know Trick. I know Joe Hendry and Elijah were gonna do a tag match against Trick and some Nemeth dude. I think
Was that?
it's not
Oh,
Dolph,
yeah.
but I mean I don't know.
Yeah, Ryan or whichever
They
one.
did the same shit. Like
Yeah,
Robert Stone came out and did the same shit.
and he's technically a part of NXT. I know they're doing their lacrosse thing, but like
Mhm.
he's there every week on TNA and not there at
Yeah.
NXT. So they're like, um, okay, so yeah, that ended, and then they have some backstage stuff later, which we'll talk about. Um, Cody Deaner. So it's this guy that apparently I don't know. His contract is expired, and they're doing a storyline, and he'll face Eddie Edwards at Under Siege, and if he wins, he gets more years on his contract. I didn't know this dude was a wrestler, but they had some stuff last week that they just had a sit down interview.
Nice.
So the Great Hands.
Oh
Yes,
god.
the Great Hands, which is Ali's group. Faced off against the Rascals, which I think this was a good match. High paced, very quick. Obviously, Rascals are great wrestlers. I love them. There was this move that I saw. Hold on. Oh gosh, it was with Trey Miguel did.
Mm.
Come on, where is it? I think it was like a float over. Oh, it was like a Randy Orton's backstabber that he
Yeah.
does. But it was like a float over version. So he
Oh
run the
shit.
ropes and then he floats over and then hits him. I was like, oh
Oh shit.
dang,
That's pretty
that was
nice.
that was actually really cool. Um, but other than that, like I said, good match. Ali came out. He's still in his like depression state
Oh
after
gosh.
losing. After
Poor
losing,
Ali.
Maybe he
yeah.
needs to do retribution again.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, probably so.
The hacker.
um, and the Great Hands end up winning because obviously the Rascals got distracted. Um, and Ali attacks them after the match. Ace Austin comes out and tries to even the odds or whatever. So here's what I don't understand either. So Ace Austin is out there and he's about to have a number one contenders match for the international championship. Okay.
Mhm.
So it goes on commercial break. They talk about the match. He's already in the ring. So when they come back from commercial, they announce that he got attacked backstage. And I'm like, he was
Fuck.
just in the ring and the match was coming up next.
Yeah.
Why didn't he stay in the ring? Like, what?
Makes no
So,
fucking sense.
so they announce he gets attacked. And then he has a whole entrance again where he's limping because I'm like, what? So Ali attacked him. So I'm sitting there like, so you made him go backstage to get attacked and to come out again so he could limp on his leg. And I'm
Sell
like,
it for
okay,
TV.
TNA.
Sell it for TV.
He
Vince
was
McMahon must
already
be
in
there.
the ring.
Vince McMahon's talking doing something with one of these shows. I think
Mhm.
it's AEW, bro, because he's making us shit.
Um,
Poison.
but then Ace, Ace Austin, Matt Cardona,
Oh shit.
Mace Warner, and Elijah have a number one contenders match for the international championship. Elijah, aka Elias, had a huge pop.
Yeah.
Like you heard his drum, and the crowd just went crazy,
Mhm.
um, which
Does
was
he?
good.
A
So
question.
good,
Does he
man.
do the Who Wants to Walk with Elijah there?
I think he
I
says it a
don't think
little bit. Yeah, I think that's a little bit every
Mhm.
so often. I think he does.
I didn't know because I know that was like what he would do in WWE because it was WWE
Right.
walk with
Yeah.
Elias. But I mean,
Well, he yeah.
I don't know.
So like I said, Ace Austin, by the way, didn't really um was cater to his knee really. Like he did when he was doing no moves, but the moment he went to a move, he was like, "Oh, my knee's
Fine.
fine, and I can just
Yeah.
run." It did. um,
Work on that.
um, Also, Elijah had a mean flying knee.
Oh yeah.
Like that flying knee he does is great, and it sounded like it hurt for real.
I love that move.
Um,
Just anybody that
Dog.
does that move, like I think Shelton Benjamin does it the best. But
Oh yeah. And then Elijah got ripped too. I mean, I guess he was a little ripped in WWE, but that
yeah.
dude is,
Well, I
is
see him on
ripped.
TikTok. He's always reading the Bible on TikTok and stuff. So
Oh,
Yeah,
Elias.
I heard like
Yeah.
Um, oh, there was a weird spot where Elijah went for a pin, and they're all beating each other up, and the ref was checking on Ace Austin, and Elijah just sat there with the pin for a good 4 or 5 seconds, and the ref finally got there.
mm.
Was like, oh my gosh, no, that was awkward. Um, um, Warner did a step up off a chair and hit a tornado DDT on Ace Austin, which
Nice.
was pretty sick. And then Elijah hits a tombstone on Warner
Oh shit.
on the chair, which like the
Jesus.
chair was like set up like you're about to sit in it, and
Yeah.
he just tombstoned. I was like, oh my
Damn.
gosh. This match was cool. I mean, um, Cardona had a couple, good spots. He hit the Rough Rider or whatever he calls it now. I
Yeah.
guess it's not the Rough Rider, but he hit that, which
It'll
he
always
still
be
gets
the Rough
air on
Rider.
that.
I think he might have called it something different now. I don't remember what it is though.
Oh, I guess it has to be because his name isn't Zack Ryder anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ace Austin finally sold his knee when he was about to go for a springboard DDT, I think, and he finally sold it, which I was like, okay. But Matt Cardona wins the
Oh
number
shit.
one contenders match. Yeah, what the heck?
Matt
That's
won. Oh wow.
I'm happy with that.
I am
And
too.
he will face Moose. Which that match is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So is Moose
Already,
a
Oh wait,
it
heel?
does
no,
have.
not Moose, not Moose. Sorry, he'll face Steve McCown. Shoot,
Okay.
I said Moose, wrong person. Well, that still be a good match. If Steve can go.
Yeah.
Um,
Already, TNA sounds better than AEW.
Yeah.
It does a lot.
Mhm.
A lot better.
Tessa, Tessa is with Ariana Grace, Santino's daughter, backstage. She's been all over TNA as well, and she slaps the holy mess out of her.
Mm.
Goodness, that slap hurt. Um, so they had the first class penthouse out
Mhm.
there, like in the arena, with AJ Francis and and KC Nabana.
Oh no, not AJ.
Not
That's the moment I'd turn off my TV if he popped up.
Sorry.
Oh God,
I
which
don't.
is great. So they're in California, and AJ Francis just makes fun of Luca and LeBron. Does this whole heel stuff.
Yeah.
Um, they talk about I don't know. They talk about Tupac. How Tupac isn't from California; he's from Maryland, which is where AJ Francis is from. Just-
All right.
oh God! So there's just making jokes out there. Then O'Shea Jackson Jr. I guess he's a rapper.
Mhm.
He comes out there and he's like, "I'm from California," and talk trash about California. And I don't know. That was just not the always segment. I don't know what they were doing there.
Yeah.
O'Shea calls AJ Francis a broke Uncle Phil, which he he
That's
looks
pretty
like
I think
funny.
Uncle
that's
Phil.
That's the dude from
that's from
Fresh
Fresh
Prince, right?
Prince, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which I thought was so funny. And then
Mhm.
Mike Santana comes from the crowd and walks. They're on top of the stage, so he comes from the crowd and walks all the way around the ring and then hits the. I'm like, you could have just came out the front, but
Yeah.
anyway, it was Santana comes out and AJ and Casey just run away. Yeah. um,
Comedy.
Indy Hartwell makes her debut
Nice.
finally. I kid you not. The match started. I was watching in the living room. I get up to get some goldfish, and the match was over. No joke. I look.
Did she win
I
at least?
Yes, she won.
Okay, I was gonna make sure.
I got up. My back was turned to the TV. I'm in the pantry. I turned back. The match is over. I was like, how? Um, so don't
That's
I
ask.
funny.
guess it
I,
was just a fucking squash match.
it was, but I'm
Who
like,
did she
don't
fight?
ask what. Um. Oh God, who did she fight? Let's see. Indy Hartwell. Oh God. What? Oh, Kessler, Kelsey Heather, or
Who
so.
are you?
Yep.
Nope, nope,
Don't know.
don't know. I have no idea. Um, so then there's a backstage segment with Ali and the Great Hands, and Ali is getting still doing his thing, walking around like a depressed dude. And then the Great Hands are talking for his behalf, like, oh, he can't talk to nobody right now, but we'll talk for him, and
Mhm.
yada yada yada. Um, then we have Rosemary facing Zaya Brookside, and basically it's like a good and evil match.
Gotcha.
Rosemary being the evil, Brookside be trying to do all good things, and Rosemary this entire match is just trying to get her to get disqualified or cheat, and um, how this match ends is Zaya finally pushes the ref and starts attacking Rosemary and gets disqualified.
Hmm. So she
I'm
finally
like,
broke.
but she doesn't break by hitting a chair. Got introduced. A lot of these things got introduced. The
Ooh.
brass knuckles got introduced,
Mhm.
but that's how she gets disqualified is by
The
pushing
fuck?
the ref.
That's terrible.
And then Lang Lee, aka Xia Lee, that was in WWE. She
Yeah.
comes out because Rosemary starts attacking Brookside and fights off Rosemary. Um, oh gosh, I don't know. That was weird to me. But backstage, Ariana Grace is talking to Santino, and Robert Stone comes in and gonna be Tessa Blanchard versus Ariana Grace at Under Siege, which is happening next Friday. But yeah, Ariana Grace is gonna have her first match in a while.
Damn.
Yeah, that's happening next Friday too. All those pay-per-views.
Damn, we got a lot of
Yep,
pay-per-views to
yep.
cover.
That's how they do it. You know how like they have for WrestleMania, everybody's having their
Yeah.
PLE pay per view on the same. That's how they do it.
So we're gonna have to recap that on Sunday, I
Mm,
guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or you can watch moments of that too, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
because they have
if it's on Friday, right?
yeah.
We could recap it
Right.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We could also, yeah, we could just recap it Saturday
Yeah.
if we do.
And then we have Frankie Kazarian comes out, and at Under Siege, it's gonna be Trick and Kazarian facing Elijah and Joe Hendry. Um, obviously Trick and Joe and Elijah also come out as well. Um, but it's just like a tag team brawl. Um, Trick and Kazarian kind of ran out the ring when Joe and Elijah came out there. Um, this is the part I like. Santino comes out there.
Oh god.
He's like, we don't want to wait till Under Siege, even though the match is already announced for Under Siege. So Santino wants to come out there. We're gonna do this tonight. Then Robert Stone comes out there. He's like,
Oh god.
it's already announced for Under Siege.
Wait, what match was this again?
The tag team match between Frank Kazarian and Trick Williams facing Elijah and Joe Hendry.
That's the fucking. I thought it was a. It looked like a Ryan Namath for some reason. That's why
Oh,
I was like, it looked like a Namath. And
oh,
but
yeah,
yeah, this is the
yeah.
match I was talking about. Yes,
So yeah, they're gonna wait. Battleground is, I think. Oh no, we already established it. It's not next Saturday, is it, or is it?
it is.
It is. That's next
So
Sunday.
Next
oh, Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay, so they're gonna have their tag team match on Friday and then fight each other on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and then me and
Um.
Bradley and Tyler, I believe, will be recapping that on Monday. Battlegrounds. So
Okay. Yeah.
And going over results of Double or Nothing.
yeah. God help us.
Sadly.
God fucking
um.
help us.
And then we have the main event, which is Nick Nemeth and Jeff Hardy, which I do like because this is their first time in a
Feels like a
one-on-one
good
match in
match.
16 years.
Yeah. Sounds good.
This
Um,
was really good.
they had their this greatest hits, dress. I mean, we've already seen it all before. And I just noticed this too. On Wednesday, they announced that Leon Slater is going to be Matt Hardy's partner against the Nimitz at Under Siege, which I like it. Leon Slater's great. He's a great wrestler. He'll bring some cool spots in that match.
All right.
So Jeff Hardy went for a twist of fate, but again got reversed to a super kick, which we've seen the reverse
Yeah.
RKO, we've seen a lot, but that super kick, that would look pretty cool.
Yeah.
There were no interference in this match for some reason. I don't know why. Even though Ryan Nemeth and Matt Hardy were both, there, they just interfered with the match at all. But obviously Jeff Hardy got the dub, hit a twist of fate, and a swanton, got the dub for them. Like I said, they're building that to Under Siege. Then Leon Slater came out, and it kept the Nimitz from attacking the Hardy Boys. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. That was TNA.
Well, we could have a vote. Who is better this week? TNA,
TNA.
or AW?
TNA.
TNA by a long shot.
What was the better main event?
TNA.
There was runouts
Well,
on both shows.
no.
I'm gonna say TNA.
If I'm being honest, what I think that AEW main event, which doesn't make sense to me, is they take a break and then comes back. Moxley's bleeding, and everyone's outside in the cage.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, why not show that shit? I don't know, before the break happens.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this week I'm gonna ask another question for y'all three to answer. First one to get it is the winner. But this time it's about AEW.
Oh man,
Is this a trivia question or?
he's trying
Yeah.
to make it hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mark. Okay.
Yeah, I was a
Yeah,
mark yesterday. I guessed when Raw came on 1993 in like 10 seconds.
Okay, hold on. Let me find one. Let me find a good one. Damn, hold on. I'm trying to find one that gives me the answers to you. So.
Can you name all the titles in AEW? Oh no!
No.
Oh
Yes.
no.
They're probably making a new one right now.
Oh gosh.
Damn, why can't I find any? Hold on. I'm trying.
What is Tony Khan's favorite thing in the world?
Multi-man Matt.
Yeah. I was going to say that or cocaine, but
Okay.
Okay.
Uh
Hold on. Which AEW wrestler competed in the opening match at All In, losing clean to Matt Cross?
oh. I don't know why.
MJF, Jungle Boy, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky.
Ethan
Jungle
Page.
Boy.
Is this Scorpio's guy?
Doesn't give me the fucking answer.
Oh,
Nathan, how are you gonna do a trivia question
Hold
and you
on.
don't know? You don't have the fucking answer to it.
I think it's Jungle Boy, Jack Perry.
No,
I'm
because
gonna say
wasn't that
Ethan
real the
I
Page.
real
have the
glass moment?
answer. No. I
No, but
have.
I'm saying Jungle Boy was involved in that in at all in. But okay, yeah, keep going.
Ethan Page, I want to say, for some reason.
Y'all are all wrong. MJF.
It's NJF, the first one ever, like 2019, right?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Yeah.
2018.
Oh, you know what? I was
Yeah.
thinking of the all in they just did. I'm dumb.
That
So
was
everybody was
2018.
wrong.
So
damn.
nobody got it
Yeah.
all. Does that count
Let's
as a point
No,
for me since y'all didn't get it right? Like I would ask the
I
question.
would say.
I would,
yeah,
yeah,
let's just pick
okay.
hard. Let's just pick hard questions and, and
Yeah,
just
let's pick
yeah.
Yeah.
hard
Just
questions
pick
that
Doing
questions
we
that.
that
won't
nobody
fucking
knows the
know.
answer to.
Hey, it's not my fault.
It's not my
I
This
can't
is
fault.
give I can't
AEW.
give y'all easy fucking questions because then what was Ed? How many titles has Edge won? Gabe would fucking know that
I
instantly.
actually don't know.
I don't know that
That's
either, partner.
bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
bullshit. I
know.
know you know.
Titles, dude. He's been wrestling in the '90s. How am I supposed to know that? What the heck?
A main
Yeah.
champion, like world champion.
I
Yeah.
have no idea still.
I
Okay.
still don't know. I'm not
Okay,
gonna lie
buddy.
to you.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
So before we start start the bracket, I got some NWA news
Okay.
because we're here. Crockett Cup was last night. Um, Kenzie retained against Natalia. Thank God. I
Yep.
didn't want to see that crap, but also I know Nathan's gonna like
I don't
this.
think anyone wants to see Natalia win the title.
Boy, the Immortals won the Crockett Cup.
The more is that Kratos and
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
nice. I like
Kratos.
I like
Yeah.
them, dude. They're good.
Wait.
Yes.
They're
They actually beat the Colognes, which is like Epico
Oh
oh
yeah.
Primo.
really?
Yeah, in the
Oh,
final.
the
Oh
Colognes?
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember Epico and Primo, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
we went
Yeah.
to an NWA show and it was actually a lot of fun. So it's
I,
just
yeah.
I want
whenever
to go
we
to
Yeah.
one of
went, it
those.
was the Crockett Cup and they had like 6 pre-tapes that they were doing, and so it was a
Yeah.
super long show.
Baron von Storm, right?
Yeah, Baron von Storm was there.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, I got a coin. If we have any tiebreakers, we flip the coin, and that's who we decide who's going through. Okay? So we're gonna start the best WWE entrant theme song.
Uh, uh, hold on, I gotta pull it up. All right, do you want me to show my screen or just name them?
Just name
Name
them.
them.
Just name them. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Ooh, here we go.
Stone Cold versus Evolution to start.
Nathan's not going to
It's
be too happy
usually
about that one.
the first round is like the hardest ones.
Yeah.
Come on, Tyler, any day now.
Hold on, I gotta view the. Why is it not letting me view the bracket?
So
Yes.
our next bracket will be a month away, by the way.
Yeah.
And we'll decide what it is.
Tyler fucked it
Oh,
up.
there we go. There we go. Okay.